Alright, today we're finally talking about Headhunters trade routes for smaller ships. I'm going to show you something you absolutely won't believe. How I managed to stuff over 9.3 million alpha aUEC worth of cargo into a ship as small as a cutter. That's right, a Drake cutter holding more value than most people's entire bank account. There's a Headhunters commodity out here that's worth even more than the 5 that I covered in my last video. All of my previous videos on these sorts of trade routes were Citizens for Prosperity faction. If you tried those and you don't want to crash and burn being shot down by the turrets, make sure you flip your rep before you try these. And if you're ready, let's hop right into it. First up is Atlassium. This one looks good on paper, about 400,000 profit per run. But the details are important. You'll need at least 20 SCU of cargo space to run this efficiently. My pick? You already know. The Prowler utility build. After that, the usual suspects, Cutlass Black and other small haulers, but really the Prowler's king here. On the route, you've got 2 buy points. Last Landing's on Terminus with a 10 SCU supply, and Russville on Pyro 1 with another 10 SCU supply. Both sell you Atlassium just over 61,000 a box, then you haul it all the way out to Sears Canyon on Batra, a moon of Pyro 5 for the sell. There's some long jumps here. Last Landings to Rustville is about 65 GM, which will take you about 5 minutes. And then Rustville to Sears Canyon is 40 GM, which is another 3 minutes. So you're looking at about 20 minutes from first buy point to the sell point, if you don't get into any trouble. Sears Canyon is buying Atlassium at about 81,000 per box, so selling 20 SCU is just under 400,000 profit. Sounds great, right? Here's the catch. The sell point is an absolute bottleneck. Sears Canyon only refreshes Atlassium demand at around 3 SCU every 15 minutes. If you're hauling 20 SCU, you'll be sitting there for the better part of an hour just to unload. And no, you can't chain in fresh food or other filler because nothing else worthwhile sells there. So what does that mean? On paper, 400k a run. In practice, only 200k an hour. This route only makes sense if you're really dedicated to staying Headhunters and you're heading to the Pyro 5 area anyway. Otherwise, just don't waste your time. There are better routes out there. Now let's talk about the fun one. The absurd one. The how in the verse did you fit 9.3 million into a cutter route? So for this one, I've got a different ship pick that might surprise you. The Avenger Titan. It carries up to 8 SCU on grid, it can actually fight if it's pressed, and most importantly, it can outrun every interdiction ship in the verse, even the Mantis. That means if you get jumped, the only way you lose your cargo is if you make a mistake. So yeah, you can run this in a cutter like I did, but realistically, the Titan is your best bet. This time we're running a Soyan hides. These things are insane in value. 475,000 alpha aUEC profit per SCU. For SCU, that's 3.1 million. 8 SCU, 6.2 million. 12, 9.3 million. That's how I did it. I stacked 3 boxes in a cutter. 4 SCU grid space, but 12 SCU off-grid, and suddenly, I'm flying around with more value than most people ever see in one place, and it's in a cutter. Remember that next time you're out flying around and an unsuspecting cutter flies by. The only place you'll find them is at the Golden Riviera on Bloom. This part's super important. The supply here is terrible. They sell in 4 SCU blocks, with only 5 SCU available total. Refresh is 1 SCU every 6 hours. Which means if you want a decent haul, you're gonna end up staring at that terminal for a week like I did. Yes, I'm serious, a week. Not only did it take forever to figure out the refresh rate, but every time a box refreshed, someone was sniping it instantly. I stood there so long, I started questioning my life choices. If you do manage to get some of the hides, the only sell point is Devlin, Scrap, and Salvage on Microtech, Euterpe. The good news is they buy a lot. I tested it with 12 SCU and it went through all in one go, so the bottleneck isn't the sell, it's only the buy. The jump from Bloom to the Stanton Gateway is about 60 GM, which is 5 minutes. Then you are looking at 3 minutes through the tunnel. And the last jump from the Pyro Gateway to Microtech is another 68 GM, which is another 5 minutes. Throw in the time to move the cargo and you're looking at a total run of about 20 to 25 minutes. With almost 2 million profit for moving just 4 SCU. Like the others, this route is high risk, high reward. And this time you're running through the Stanton Gateway, prime hunting grounds for pirates and gate campers. You're also hauling contraband. These hides are literally made from a sentient alien species. If CIG brings back the NPC police scans and they still seize illegal cargo, well, you'll find out the hard way. So here's the truth. Right now, Headhunters trade is kind of just bad. The supply refresh rates are terrible, the waiting game at terminals is awful, and because supplies are shared across servers, competition is brutally boring. Unlike Citizens for Prosperity, there isn't even some kind of circular route where you can run other commodities in a chain that kind of mitigates these things. I'm linking a Spectrum thread in the description if you want to add your voice to the conversation in a place where CIG can hear it. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments too. I'm also going to put the best build for the Avenger Titan in the description. But realistically, for now, if you're serious about high-value small ship trade, you're better off running the Citizens for Prosperity routes. I have that video linked here on the right side so you can see why they are the best option. But if you're a die-hard Headhunters fan, or you just want the story of stuffing 9.3 million into a cutter and living to tell the tale, these are your routes. Until next time, try to get into some trouble.